I'm Chris McKay. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I work with Carpathian Paths, Karpatsky Stezhki in Ukrainian. We work in the Carpathian Mountains to clean up the trails, for one. We do restorations on cabins and also trash management in the woods, which is a big problem. So with Carpathian Paths, we are working for developing ecotourism. But right now, as it stands, it's not really at the level of international tourism. It's very, international standards of trails. I don't think a lot of the trails could support heavy traffic, and really there aren't the extreme weather shelters. A lot of them are fallen and they're dilapidated, dilapidated, and they're falling apart. So what we do is rebuild them. A lot of our projects don't require much money, which is really good. It's pretty easy to raise up the funds.
How many volunteers do you have?
Well, on any given project, it can range from I've gone ridge running just with one other person, just to scout and see what needs to be done, and checking markings, making sure that someone who doesn't know the area won't get lost. And then we've had some projects that had 60 people, where there were so many people that people were watching people with tools, waiting for their turn to use the tool. Yeah, so there's a lot of excitement when you can get volunteers out. The only problem is sometimes there's a lack of leadership, a lot of standing around, and project planning is something that's a bit of a challenge right now. It's the leadership of the organization and bringing in people that are excited about ecotourism and love nature, turning recreation into conservation. Obviously, cleaning trails is sustainable because you don't want a bunch of trash in the mountains, because humans aren't actually living there, so why should our garbage be there? This is the Appalachian Trail, where we have leave no trace. And in Ukraine, I would like the motto to be something like, leave it better than when you got there. And that it's not just for hiking, but I think for life in general. Try and leave it better than when you got there. The biggest challenge facing the Carpathians is, as international tourism picks up, what's sustainable for 2,000 visitors a year hiking one trail is not going to be sustainable for 20,000 coming and seeing. So you'll have to have reroutings of trails, and that'll be the biggest challenge facing the organization. How can they overcome it? By looking at other trails like the Appalachian Trail, for instance, and looking at the models of sustainable development like trail clubs and how they work throughout the international world. Yeah, no problem.